Hey, yo, I'm being really serious. You do not push Kofi Kingston. We do not push Kofi Kingston for the world title. I don't want to see Kofi Mania 2.0. I've seen bad pushes in my line of watching wrestling, and Kofi Kingston sucks. Kofi looks like a malnourished slave that's a Rastafarian mixed with something from some Euro country that has a split chest looking like SmackDown versus Raw logo. He sucks. Kofi always diminishes moveset for years. All he does is double stomps with crappy aerial assault mid card crap. Just the way he was like, yo, hey, yo, bro. He's so monotone, oozing of no charisma. How can you be an upbeat? I don't care. I can say this. I don't give it. I don't care. How can you be an upbeat black person and you lack any charisma? That has to be sad. That has to be a deficiency. We have people like the Crime Time. Hell, I shit on the Street Profits, don't get me wrong. But even I know they try their hardest to try to get some chance over, and they try to semblance some, like, emotion whenever they speak. Mainly Montez Ford. But every time I hear the New Day talk, every time I hear Kofi talk, the only person that shows any intelligent or interesting, uh, unique, characters, Biggie, while the more diverse, talking comes from, Xavier Woods, and just Kofi's just there to act it over while air humping the nearest 12-year-old near the crowd. He sucks. I'm just shocked that he even won the WWE title. The only thing was forceful longevity, and of course that he's black. I don't care. He had no right to hold the title as long as he did. Why push him? Why push him? Why over many other people that deserve a push over on the roster? Riker could have had it. Jeff Hardy, one of the bigger baby faces in the company that people still know, should have had it. James could have had it. Many people that would have rightfully needed a push over Lashley. Why Kofi Kingston? Why they had to force over the New Day that much that somehow Xavier Woods, just off taunting Bobby Lashley with toast, somehow had a Hell in a Cell match at the end of Raw, and that still had a minuscule lower rating than the last week. And this is after a pay per view, literally, when you gimmick it. The New Day sucks. Kofi is just a borderline mid carder that never had the ability to ever get a million people on his side other than the vocal minority, and you know that I'm telling the truth. Sure, you could be like, well, you don't have to like Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston's not a good business decision. I never said that I had to like that Negro. I never asked to like him. I never need to like him. I don't want to like him. I'm essentially saying that he's not good for business. You can say off number wise back on SmackDown, back in 2019 when they were averaging at least a 1.7, 1.8, and that was over the minuscule average of SmackDown had because they had such a minuscule amount of star power in the world title scene. Why? He was feuding with upper mid carders. Same thing with Roman Reigns, but at least Roman Reigns a legit star. Kevin Owens, Ziggler, he didn't had a good feud until Orton. He even feuded with Samoa Joe for like a pay per view. Who cares? Kofi Kingston is so monotonely basic, he can never carry over any intensity or attitude or different acting chops in a feud. Do this for my kids. They're trying to tease over probably a hurt business uh change up or something. They just got like I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to see this on pay per view. Kofi's just gonna have some work rate, 20-minute match over at Lashley. It probably will be good, and the match will be forgettable. Every time you just see Kofi, all you see is like how long he's been in this company, and he still hasn't changed over his character. Then being part of a tag team, And people forgot that he had a 6-month world title change, and he went over no development other than the two guys in the New Day were still speaking for him. He never carried over any semblance of being a world champion, other than just having a transitional run, going over that he spent a decade in the company. How is that building over a character? How is that carrying over the company? How is that doing anything for the world title or doing anything for the TV? What TV Kofi Kingston has benefited? What audience that Kofi got? It never got casuals involved. It got more black people involved. Never did anything to elevate any part of WWE other than essentially forcing another mid-carder down our throat that have no business or had no development from upper mid-carder to tag team to main eventer. The only people that pulled that off gracefully was Edge and Jeff Hardy. You can't tell me any different because they came from smoothly coming over from just a regular tag team kid that probably wouldn't have any potential to be a top carder to being the favorite upper mid carder that can get up to the main event scene. Two guys that had now their own charisma, like Edge, that had more of verbal charisma, had the look, while Jeff had more physical charisma with the look and just the fan favoritism. You can't change that. Those are the reason why Edge and and Hardy got over to why Kofi is still the minimal of a forgettable world champion. All you see is a weird, dutty whining Negro prancing around, facing out, getting probably an over 10-minute match. And this is worse too for Lashley because he just had a 15-minute match against a guy that he had no business being in the ring with in a stipulation on free television. They don't know what they're doing. There's many other people in this company that can deserve. I'm not gonna force anybody's throat and say Karrion Kross, like just people that have more experience to probably garner that much of a more viable take. Because whenever you have a world title match, a championship match in general, you're expecting that to push over an audience in a regular match that you push over on TV or pay per view. So in that case, people would rather see Lashley and Cena, Lashley and Lesnar, Lashley and McIntyre, Lashley and Edge, Lashley and Hardy. Just matches that actually, if they had the more proper build, they can actually drive over an audience. You just push over probably 3 weeks of Kofi Kingston over everybody's throats, and he's like, many people thought I didn't even do it. And here's Kofi made it. For the next couple weeks, he'll be as monotone as a child trying to speak aloud his parents. He never will ever be a top star. I don't hate Kofi, but this is just overall my opinion on how I think they'll F it up because they know damn well Kofi has no right ever to be pushed over anything but the mid card. He's just not that special over the case that the more talking ability comes over his own tag team partners, and he still etches no definitive look for himself because it's still New Day Kofi Kingston, Prince, Dutty whining over everybody else to get a main event scene. He sucks, bro. Other than the Royal Rumble spots he does, nobody can ever memorize a promo other than they'll force down my throat back in 1 year. Yeah, just a few months of 1 year in a feud with Orton, he's a main event player. That makes no sense. He was on a minuscule feud with Orton that was a top Carter at the time, just to advance Kofi's stock. And did that happen? No. After that feud, back over to the mid card. Went to SmackDown and won the IC title again. Went to Raw and won the US title again. They know that they can put him over for singles pushes. But thanks he oozes no charisma. The only cool thing was his theme song. SOS! You're South American. And South African. And he just sucks, man. I mean, sure, he had a cool moveset back in the day. I won't say Kofi wasn't that physically impressive because he had amazing moments, but he's just such a fucking boring person. Whenever you have not just a person that doesn't have any mic skills, but a person that's just boring in general to be around, why do you force over that in my throat? Just like you do with Baron Corbin. Just like you do with Otis, just like you do with Chad Gable. Guys that look like you can probably beat them in real life. Don't have that much of a unrealistic physique, have no charisma, have no mic skills, have no legitimacy to even be a TV person, and still you force them down our throat because of the minuscule hardcore fan base that don't even want to watch your show consistently to begin with. It's just agonizing. I'm sorry to be going off in a tangent here. I just really hate the way that we book over stars now. It feels like the more we go on to more target more of our fan base for what they need to help with the ratings, it really doesn't goddamn work. Same thing when we were pushing over Daniel Bryan. That didn't advance our ratings up for like a few weeks. And when I mean a week, only Post Mania had the highest ratings involving Daniel Bryan as world champion. They were entirely lowered, and TV didn't even get that interesting until John Cena won the world title again, and they were doing more with the Authority storyline. And the shows were actually better without Daniel Bryan in it to begin with. So I don't want to hear anything about this. It's ridiculous. I'm not asking for a good wrestling show. I'm asking for a good TV show. This is prime time with writers, actual characters that can become actors, high quality. Like it stop just waiting for a wrestling show. Y'all boring. There's Ring of Honor, there's NWA Power, there's other stuff that's strictly over wrestling, but that will never grow to what you really want it to be, don't it? Ugh, Kofi sucks. Do not push this guy anymore. Jesus Christ, he's built like those worm things from Men in Black. Stop. Ugh. Other than that's coming from me. I'm just done ranting. Thanks for watching. We're near 90. Let's just get it over with so I can celebrate or something.